the 8th of December 2025, and parts of the country experiencing some slight showers this morning. We'll get a full complement of what to expect pretty shortly with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, so Chief Meteorologist with the Ghana Meteorological Agency, who join us this morning with quick updates as to the weather as well. From there, we'll get our inspirational song for the morning, and then we zoom straight into newspapers for you as well. After the newspapers, we hand you the microphone to share your thoughts with us as well. As to all of the matters we've been discussing, that myself, Sixtus, Ullo, Helen Appiah-Ampofo, and the rest of the guys, you get the chance as well to share your thoughts with us on those different subject matters as well. After that, we do sports, and then we return with the big conversation. A year on since the December 7 elections, it's a big question being asked. Would you have made the same choice if elections were held yesterday? Right? Yesterday was the 7th of December. We had people recounting what they were doing at what point in time, and recounting what really has flown by pretty quickly. A year on that December 7 election, a major milestone in terms of electoral outcomes in this country as well. And I mentioned you could call us, but you can as well send us messages on our respective streams, particularly on Facebook as well as on YouTube, and as well send a message using the hashtag 3FM Sunrise on Twitter, now known as X, or use my personal handle at Mawuena Eric. Let's get on to the phone lines right now. Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, thankfully, has joined us with a bit of the weather update for us. Felicity, good morning. I trust that your week is starting well.
Good morning, Mawuena. Yes, it's starting very well. We thank God for everything.
That's fantastic. We are experiencing slight showers in some parts of Accra. Is that what the outlook is supposed to be like for the rest of the day?
No. This morning we are expecting some rain, as you are observing. From 10 thereabouts, we expect it to become sunny with some clouds in the sky over the capital. Those around Kaswat, we expect them also to have some showers this morning. Cape Coast, Takrady, Axim will have thunderstorms accompanied with their rain. The rest of the country, we expect misty and foggy over the forest and hilly areas. The north, we expect them to have slightly hazy conditions this morning till evening. For afternoon, we still expect some rain and thunder around Axim, around Ho, Kuforidia, Achimda, and then those around Obuasi, Takwa, and Goso areas for the afternoon into the evening hours. For temperatures, we expect it around 32 for the coastal strip, 33, 35 for the middle sector. For the north, it's going to be a bit scorching. We expect it around 38 degrees Celsius. For the state of the sea, we expect it to become. However, we are having some rain and thunder clouds over the ocean, so fisher folks need to take precautions, especially those towards the western flank around the Axim, around the Takrady, around Hafasme into Côte d'Ivoire. We are having some rain and thunder clouds over those areas, so we need to take precautions. For the Walter Lake, it's pretty cold for fishing this morning till the afternoon, where we expect isolated cases of rain and thunder around Akosombo, around Kwame Danso, and part of Afram Plain.
Right then, Felicity, thank you very much for that update, and I wish you a fantastic day and a fantastic week.
Thank you so much. Wishing you the same.
That's Felicity Appiah-Ampofo helping us get the weather out of the way. You know that this morning, if you're stepping out, you probably need an umbrella to brace through it. Some rain's expected up until 10 a.m. and so be on the lookout for that. We'll get into the newspaper shortly, but not without getting inspirational song for the morning.
This December,
the years been long.
deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long.
We have quite the papers lined up today for us for a conversation, and it's been a busy news weekend, I must be honest. We woke up, we weren't really sleeping, I must be honest, but news of a coup in Benin and the subsequent attempt by ECOWAS to foil the insurrection, if we can call it that, or the military takeover, has become the subject of quite the discussion over the last few hours. But what really is the problem on the African continent, particularly in the West African sub-region. Not too long ago, some weeks ago, we're having a conversation about Guinea-Bissau and whether or not leadership there should check themselves. And then we woke up yesterday to the news as well that there was an attempted military takeover in Benin. At some point in time, the interior minister for the country, in a broadcast of their own, because what you know is the military, when they decide that they are taking over, they go to a national broadcaster, then they announce that, look, we've suspended the constitution, we've taken over the country, the president is safe, this and that, yada, 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 and all of that. And so that happened, and the conversation started. What is happening in the West African sub-region? Why another military takeover? But not long after, a report of gunfires around the presidential home and what have you, then the Interior Minister for Benin comes up and says that, look, we've coiled the insurrection and the coup was not successful. Then the military leader who spearheaded this coup comes up and says, no, there's nothing of that sort. The coup is still happening, and we're seeking to restore calm and order in the country. Subsequently, in the late hours of the day, there's a report of airstrikes in part of Benin, led by the Nigerian army, following what was a tweet by Emmanuel Macron, mentioning that he had had a conversation with Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu about possible help in restoring calm in that part of the country. Mr. Tinubu has been speaking in the aftermath of that because the Benin president has spoken now, says that the insurrection has been dealt with, and we've seen a tweet as well from the Nigerian president, amongst many other things, mentioning that they did the airstrikes and the military intervention by Nigeria was part of ECOWAS protocol in helping to restore calm. And so that's the latest in all of the development from Benin for you this morning, and we will be seeking to get an understanding of what the situation is. The ECOWAS protocol in allowing military enter into another independent state and what have you. Professor Vladimir Inchidanso, or doctor, has had choice words over that approach. We also know that the president, John Dramani Mahama, has arrived in Abidjan to attend the inauguration of Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara, scheduled for today as well. And there's been a lot of peace talks as well in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and it's looking the more and more like, according to Russia, the peace plans aligns with everything that they have, and so we could be seeing peace return into that part of the world pretty shortly. But that's our way of surveying the international arena for you. Let's get into the local matters quickly, and I'll start off with the Daily Analyst for you this morning. They lead with Northern Region Police foil kidnap operation, recover 70,000 cedis ransom. There's a picture of the kidnappers and the cash sums. I see 50 cedis notes, and I see 100 cedis notes as well there. And so that's the detail there for you. If you're following us on Facebook as well as on YouTube, that's a picture of the kidnappers as well as the sums of money. Pambros Lands, court restrains Chinese national. I think this story has been running for quite a while, as and when it makes its way onto the front pages. Anniversary of 2024 election victory, President Mahama reaffirms commitment to reset agenda. And I was talking to you about a year on since the December elections. Ina Mariam Party called to the Bar of England and Wales. Radia Adamasani wins Outstanding Woman in Travel and Tourism Leadership. And historic visit to The Hague. Gimpa Law School Dean strengthens ties with international justice bodies. Those are the front page stories. Also, on the back page of the Daily Analyst, NIMOS launches intensive anti-galamsey operations in eastern and western regions. Ghana housing deficits. Doma West MP pushes for creative solutions, and government district assemblies fund Embassy of the Diaspora pay glowing tributes to Queen Mother Viola Ford Fletcher. Grab a copy for yourself and do the reading. The Insight newspaper, they lead with Mahama. He calls for internal funding for Ghana's education to reduce reliance on donor support. Also, strengthen the OSP law, don't repeal it. Gogo. Palestine will regain its freedom, says Ambassador Al-Satri as he bids Ghana farewell. Get Fund accelerates practical science education with strategic funding for STEM Box initiative. A season of joy as Ghana Post launches doorstep delivery drive at Maiden Carol celebration. We don't recognize any Ofilikwe family, but need Tete Nikwe as head of Dr. Ibn Chambers decries Africa's growing timidity after centuries of colonial exploitation and injustices. As the Insight newspaper for you. The Republic Press, OSP future hangs in limbo as politics legal argument clash over relevance. Brian makes big impression in Western region. That flag bearer election scheduled for the 31st of January. Also on the front pages here. Gospel veteran Mame Tiwa confirmed dead. 82-year-old Kwame Eduse wins 2025 National Best Farmer. Gimpa Law School Dean strengthens ties with international justice bodies in historic visit to The Hague. Police fall kidnap racket in Wapuli. Victim rescued. 3 arrested. You see if there's something on the back page. No, there's no detail on the back page. And so we move on to the daily gist for you as well. Power tussle at OSP. Amidu reveals all. Georgia Penny, SHS headmaster suspended over sexual misconduct. Mahama, finance minister, faced RTI commission over ex gratia. Former Buffer Stock CEO fights Iyoko over seized assets. Auditor General rejects myth boss rogue attempt to rewrite 2024 audit report. Mahama reflects on 2024 electoral victory. NDC bigwigs sweep 2025 Farmers' Day top awards. It's an interesting revelation from the Daily Gist newspaper. Tears flow for late Akwetia MP Ernest Kumi. Story is on page 9. The publisher newspaper. You can't rewrite audited report. Auditor General cautions myth. Youth beat up police, seize weapons. Which part of the country is this? Court stops Tangway from entering Pambro salt land. I mentioned that Pambro story was making a return every now and then. Stop order that froze my 2013 properties. Hanan runs to court. That's the Buffer Stock CEO. Yao Sapon's Mami Tiwa dead. Kamal Habib Hassan holds exhibition. That's a bit vague in terms of leaving the headline like that. But those are the front page stories of the publisher newspaper as well. The News Center is the next paper I have. Road crashes kill 2,429. It represents 19.2% increase in 10 months of 2025 over 2024. And over the weekend, there were quite a number of crashes as well, which came through from different parts of the country. Dismissed petition. Danso's lawyers tells Lands Commission Benjamin Kwame Danso aid to the Nungwa stool. National Best Farmer demands irrigation expansion. Youth farming gets a digital boost with MTN's 3 million cities vegetation or vegetable hub, I suspect. Police arrest 3 suspected kidnappers, rescue victims. Auditor General rejects myths, ordered rewrite requests. And the final newspaper I have here, the Custodian newspaper. They have NDC blows over 2.4 billion cities on luxury jets. That's part 1 of the story. Police for Wapuli kidnap operation recover 70,000 ransom. Young Gospel Act set for bigger exposure. Government operates WhatsApp group with OSP, SC judges, CEO, CSOs, journalists. I knew this was going to find its way to the front page. Minority slams government over broken promises to farmers and fishers. And Auditor General slams myth over attempt to rewrite 2024 audited report. On the back page, Access Bank rewards for Ketua Beji Kesia promo winners, and RFHL releases fair sustainability report. And those are the front pages of the papers as we have it. We can get you into the details, but let me do the online portals quickly as well as we get into a bit more of the newspapers for you this morning as well. And 3news.com, the Jojepenyi SHS story is here. And GS orders Jojepenyi SHS headmaster to temporarily step aside over allegations of sexual misconduct. Kufuor criticizes Akufo-Addo's key policies, says DDEP, Cathedral and PDS contributed to NPP's 2024 election defeat. Benin thwarts attempted coup as government confirms President Talon is safe. LEAP program, we've made timely disbursement from January to October, that's according to the gender minister. In the Upper West region, 9 suspects arrested, 4 police weapons recovered after mob attack on police in Jirapa, and fresh trouble for Daddy Lumba as principal family members pray court not to allow the release of his body. MyJoyOnline.com quickly, reset the system, not tariffs. Food and Beverages Association of Ghana demands full audits before any increases. Kufuor blames key Akufo-Addo policies for NPP's 2024 defeat and never backed Alan Tremantin against Akufo-Addo. Kufuor clears air. Of Ankon Sawam Roads Ministry announces new diversion for asphalt works. NPP's 2024 loss, a wake-up call on governance and accountability. That's according to former President Kufuor. ECOWAS must strategize, not rush troops to Benin. Professor Intridan, so this is on citynewsroom.com. A bit more from there. Rising breast cancer cases strain Kolebu. Surgeon demands more centers. ECOWAS deploys standby forces to Benin, and Road Ministry closes of Angkor and Sawam Road for major asphalt works. Good morning, Helen. Trust that you're better now and the weekend was kind.
We're on the mend. We're getting there slowly. I don't know whether it's
there's no fire in you this morning.
What is going on? Is it Qatar? Is it cold?
I think it's a bug.
It's a bug, huh?
It's a bug. A number of people caught it. I caught it myself.
Oh, it is bugging me, pan.
You've not been able to shake it off.
I have not been able to shake it off. In fact, yesterday was... excuse me, goodness. Yesterday was not fun, but we're back. It's another glorious Monday. I'm looking forward to today. As always, we've tabled some of the pertinent issues of the day. Yesterday, I spent the whole day mostly in bed, and I was recapping election 2024. That was the order of the day. And I had a good laugh. Last year around this time, things were certainly very interesting. I would have just finished an overnight shift.
Yeah. You were the late night.
The late night team, aka Team No Sleep, myself, Johnny, and Mrs. Brown.
Yeah.
Yes. So some good memories there of how we were able to pull it together as a team. Solid team. If you didn't have your dial locked to the election command center, now
you really weren't.
You were not serious about watching the elections, but that's what we're doing today. We're doing some reflection. 1 year on, what are some of the key takeaways? And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll be able to play back some of the most interesting sound bites that came out of last year. Hey, predictions upon predictions. Don't mind them. Ignore the votes. Don't ignore the votes. No, last year around this time it was very interesting, but I'm not doing too bad. It's the start of a brand new week, and man, you've already gone through the front pages, and there are some interesting stories that we can certainly get into. Over the weekend as well, the saga of Martin Pebu versus the Office of the Special Prosecutor was also unraveling with some more key details that I believe you and I have been furnished with. I think things are certainly heating up. Now the conversation has spilled into Parliament. It's gone from the streets, it's gone to Parliament. Everybody's talking about whether or not Kessie Jabing should stay, whether or not the entirety of the OSP should stay or should remain. Issues about constitutionality have come up, issues about funding, whether or not, we give the OSP too much of high expectations on what they should be doing. It's one that is ever evolving. Also piqued my interest over the weekend.
And talk about a year on from today, or a year ago, I should say.
Yeah.
A year on will be next year. These are some of the interesting sound bites from election night. There were 2 press conferences held. Just brief excerpts from both sides.
Second 4 is that we protect the sanctity and sanity of our electoral processes and our democracy. I don't think we're asking for too much. We're basically asking for what every single Ghanaian is clamoring for. But as usual, we have our friends from the NDC, their usual playbook. 4 years is here again, and we are going through what we always go through every cycle. Our electoral process is one of the most transparent electoral processes you can have in the world. And we don't have to do too much to ensure that we get what it is that we are looking for. And to see the NDC jittery, extremely jittery. I mean, just a few minutes ago, we all watched
Sunrise
a very
on
unnecessary,
3FM,
very unnecessary, disgraceful press conference from the NDC. And you can see the demeanor, the high level of uncertainty, from them. They are completely unsettled.
And it's simply because, like I always said, 92.7
they were overly
on
complacent.
3FM.
2, they took the good people of this country for granted, and they assumed that once it is 8 years, they are coming to power. Reality is settling in, and instead of doing a self-check and a reality check and improve upon themselves, they want to inflict upon the entire country the damage that they themselves have brought upon themselves, and they want us to.
That is the paucity of the logic the NPP
Sunrise
is
on
urging on us. And it's very sad that the Electoral Commission seem to be re-echoing this contrived and baseless narrative of the New Patriotic Party. Everything about our electoral process is supposed to be public. Secrecy and opacity is what breeds rigging in every election. And so if they have nothing to hide, the MPP and the Electoral Commission have nothing to hide, then they should be happy. They should even join us in inviting members of the public to come and observe the coalition process. We are not asking our supporters to enter the coalition rooms. No, we have accredited agents who are the only ones permitted to enter those coalition rooms. We have accredited observers who can also enter and observe the process. But other members of the public are allowed to be at the center, at the right designated places. Not inside the inner perimeter or that enclosed area where the exercise is happening, but nothing stops them. There is no law in Ghana that bans citizens of Ghana from going to a collation center where results from polling stations are being collated. We have always done this since 1992. Collation has always been a public exercise. And the Jimensa Bosmanasare Samuel Tete-led EC cannot change it.
Was
neither
between
can the
Ghana.
That gives an indication, a very clear indication, change this. As to, we need to make that how the people of this country voted
Sunrise
yesterday.
On 3FM.
And I'm happy to inform you, and by extension, the good people of Ghana, that from the results we have seen so far from our internal coalition, provisional results, it is very clear that Ghanaians have rejected 8 years of corruption, 8 years of state capture, 8 years of wastage, 8 years of nepotism and cronyism, 8 years of economic mismanagement, 8 years of insensitivity and arrogance of power, 8 years of crass incompetence and ineptitude. And it is very clear that the people of this country have voted overwhelmingly for change. They have given the National Democratic Congress an emphatic, resounding, and a landslide victory. And in fact,
on 3
the provisional figures we are seeing from our internal coalition show that this landslide, this overwhelming, resounding victory given the NDC in both the presidential and parliamentary election is unprecedented.
A trip down memory lane for listeners and persons who are following us as well as on Facebook and YouTube. Good morning to you, Sixes, as well. A year ago, where were you around this time? I think we were readying ourselves. News was coming in that there was expected to be a press conference by Dr. Bawumia.
You would have closed an hour ago.
Yeah, so I was headed towards the Electoral Commission again.
Okay.
Because I was stationed in the Electoral Commission.
No, our shift ended at 8.
No.
6 a.m. actually.
6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
So around this time, some sweet breakfast would have been arranged. Some nice one would have been arranged.
Yeah.
Oh, Election Command Center. These are the sweet memories. I won't say who did
right
the
now,
catering.
who are you talking to?
Oh, whoever set up that sweet breakfast would have been set up feeling fulfilled because the hill that I was standing on is not easy. I'd have been standing on one hill for a couple of hours. Ears are ringing, but the excitement is in the air. You get rewarded with some sweet breakfast, go home, you turn on the TV so that you're also still in the mist, kakra. But by 9-10, your eyes are just closing, but you can't afford to sleep because the filler was just hot, rolling in. I'm trying to recall exactly when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia conceded.
It was
because
in the morning
of the 8th.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I said we're readying ourselves because there was a word out that the expectation of a news conference.
That's why some of his people are not happy with him.
A year on, they are still unhappy with him.
They are not happy with him.
In fact, a year on, they said too early.
Yeah.
A year on, it's still one of the biggest gripes they have about election 2024.
Me personally, I respect him for that. The figures were there. And the fact of the matter is that each of the political parties set up their own coalition centers, even my CPP.
What?
It's okay.
Electric Shock actually had a what do you call it?
Can we continue?
Strong. What do you call that? Strong.
So by midnight, no, actually by dawn of the 8th, you knew where you stood. And to be fair, a lot of the results would have come in at that time.
Because it was polling stations.
Polling station. So if you add up the polling stations, you know where you are headed. So if
those who make the argument that he conceded too early make the argument because they say he should have allowed for all, even though you know where you are going, you let everything come.
No.
There had been pockets of...
There was too much tension in the country.
Yeah.
There was too much tension.
I mean, one of the criticisms
what he did
is that
really helped with
cooling
the temperature, easing emotions, and allowing people to breathe. And, well, I think of all the groups, we journalists would have been the most angered because, I mean, the energy was there. They were now getting into the groove, you know.
Are you getting me?
We found a good way around it, and we were able to sustain the conversation. And so it was good in the end.
Yes.
For Dr. Bawumia, I think what has become the criticism from some quarters is that, look, that early concession meant that they lost seats they weren't supposed to lose as well in addition.
How does that work?
No, that's the argument that's been made, that when he conceded, it deflated some people. I'm not the one making the argument. I'm just reiterating.
Okay.
Right? And that certain seats which... That's why we had the problems we had with collating some constituency seats. That once Dr. Bawumia considered, the NDC said, if you've lost, means you lost a parliamentary too. Mm-hmm. And so we won it, and so declare it for us.
So, for example, areas where they were still getting their figures together.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the concession was only in respect to the presidential.
But that's the criticism he suffered. But in general, I think it was a good thing he did.
I think he should be celebrated for that. I think he should be celebrated, even though there was an attempt to make it look like it's some historic thing he did, like some unprecedented thing. I mean, he did we should celebrate him as a statesman because of that decision to do that early concession. It helped a lot. It helped the country. But let's not make it look like being cedar.
Say being cedar.
People have conceded. People have
so
conceded.
Early like that. Being cedar.
No, perhaps that early is what we can all argue about. But they've been calling to concede. We've seen that. I mean, I've monitored. If for nothing, I've seen 2008 up until now, where I was conscious of what was happening. I mean, we've seen quite a lot.
Oh, well.
I still remember the pictures in my head so clearly. I mean, I saw how they filed out Miracles. Abuajo was organizing people around a podium and looking mobo. From their faces, you could tell that.
There's one thing I always say.
Even internally, there was serious disagreement.
There's one thing I always say. Body language. Body language.
Of course.
You can go back to the last 3 major elections. Body language would tell you how the polls had gone. Remember Kokwanyidoho?
We are in a comfortable lead. No, that one was a confident body language.
No, it wasn't. Go and watch it again.
Okay, so the words and the body language didn't match. That's why experts tell you that 70% of communication is done non-verbal.
Followed by DJ Bomenyom.
It never matches.
It didn't match.
Vandal Bola.
The face, even as recently as Dennis Miracle's the press conference, he had Richard Ahiagba on one side, Fatima on the other side, and you could read the body language.
Always watch it. Go back to 2020, and compare when the former sports minister, his name is just escaping me, ecumenical Elvis Afriankra, when he addressed the nation,
ecumenical.
When he addressed the nation, right, and said the NDC had won Parliament. Look at his body language.
Okay. What
he didn't say they had won the presidential, because I was there that day when he was doing that press conference. The confidence with which he spoke and said they had won Parliament is why we had the hung Parliament.
But you see, sometimes
because there were some seats which we all know there was a lot of trouble with in the dying embers. Now go back and watch John Buedu when they responded to the NDC's press conference and look at his body language. You'll understand what I'm saying, that they knew there was trouble with Parliament. They knew there was trouble with Parliament. You can go back and watch the video. That's why I said body language.
It will tell you everything you need to know.
Body language. When they do the press conferences, just look at the body language. Forget what they are saying.
The man said we are in a comfortable lead.
Oh.
Choboy.
I can have Kunzo pull up Kokwanyidoho's body language and the people around him when he was saying that.
We should pull it up. I think for those who also critique Dr. Bawumia, maybe the tension was high, but maybe they wanted to see a said for the last. Give me for the last.
No.
There was no for the last.
Just give me for the last.
There's
You
the
see?
way you vote.
You see,
and
the
they count
reason-
at the
the
polling
reason-
Like, give me for the
It is
last.
The reason they
last
do
vim.
this, the
Last
reason
vim.
they do this from both sides is to maintain the vim
Yes.
at the grassroots level. If at the top you give up so easily, then you are the signal to the grassroots is not good. So you give them a certain amount of hope. That's why the Elvis's scenario you cited, he didn't say they had won the presidential.
Yes.
He said parliament.
because they knew.
Because he wanted to give confidence to the people. Even if we lose this, there is still hope for us in this one.
In this
so
one.
it's always a strategic communication. It is not for nothing they do that. You see, but the Baumia situation, if you look at all indications, Alaji was losing. Alaji was going to lose, and Alaji needed to make some pronouncement of some sort. You see, yes, they could have dragged it out.
You know, let's
drawn
say
it
until the
out.
bones
Let
are
us-
rotten.
Oh, no.
Until the
There was
last
simply
constituency or the
too
last
much
polling station is
tension
counted.
for that, Helen. There was simply too much tension. I mean, you couldn't have. It's like
the policing at the polling station. You remember what was happening at the polling station?
Until the last.
So if you
The
tell me that
coalition
you are angry
centers
with
rather.
Alaji because at that time there was still hope for parliamentary, you would have known about the parliamentary as
The
well.
parliament report yet was even the indications
No,
were
Charlie, but Touchman
looking.
South, is it Touchman South?
Yeah.
Martin J. Corse's place, that constituency, we need to watch it. I mean, how is it that since its creation, it's always been fight during the election? I think this is the second term of its creation. No,
I think it will be the third.
Third term of its creation, and it's not been any smooth sail even for the winner. It's always between Christopher Christopher Bayele, right, and then Martin J. Kosa. The first one was when we had that bloodbath, the one Muntaka spoke about. Until now, we don't know whether the investigations have even started. And there was a whole back and forth. They came to court and all of that. That constituency must be watched. It is not good. And it's probably one of the constituencies that people
A lot of
still want to
hotspots.
say relax for us.
Yeah, a lot of hotspots also emerged from the 2024 elections because there was quite the heat in different parts of the country and all of that. Ablekuma North became a center of attraction, Okaikwe Central.
Tema Central.
Central.
Charlie, we did a victory interview of the supposed winner at the time.
You know.
Ibi Bright.
Right.
Yes, Ibi came here with people
white apparel,
powdered up and you know, only for us less than a week. I said no.
Recollection.
There were some people who did victory lap and had to U-turn. Baba Sadiq, unfortunately, also had a victory tour. Alas, couldn't take the day. Last U-turn. Interesting.
Can we add this to the sins of Jane Mensah?
No.
Is it fair to add this to the sins of Jane Mensah?
Yeah. I think it's all a learning process, really. As a country with a democracy that's 30-something years, yes, we don't expect to take 200 years to reach the height of other countries, but we will take some of these in our stride and say that now we know, and so next time we will plan better and be better prepared for instances and situations like these, to ensure that things don't go the way it does and what have you. But the president has been reflecting on a year on since he emerged victorious in that election. That story is on the page 4 of the Daily Gist newspaper. It says that 1 year after the National Democratic Congress decisive 7 general elections, President Mahama has reflected on the historic moment that returned him to power, describing it as a resounding mandate from a nation determined to reset its course. In a message marking the anniversary, President Mahama expressed gratitude to Ghanaians for what he called their unwavering faith in restoring hope and rebuilding national institutions after years of political tension, economic strain, and deepening distrust in governance system. Over 18 million citizens registered to vote across more than 40,000 polling stations amid concerns about the credibility of the electoral process and rising political polarization. The NDC mounted a vigorous campaign grounded in what Mahama termed the Resetting Ghana agenda, a commitment to restore economic stability, expand opportunities, and rebuild public trust. He secured 6.3 million plus votes, representing 56.55%, defeating the NPP's Dr. Baumia, who was then vice president, who garnered 4.6, representing 41.61. Although results from 9 constituencies were outstanding at the time of the announcement, the commission noted that the outstanding vote could not alter the final outcome. And according to him, the party's strategy to closely monitor the polls neutralized many efforts. Looking ahead, President Mahama reaffirmed his commitment to govern inclusively. He emphasized that the new administration, alongside Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, is committed to building a Ghana for all without discrimination or favoritism. However, the president has presided over the mass dismissal of workers employed by the previous administration in the public service. And so the president as well has been reflecting on the elections and had a message to share. And I mean, it's the memories it's been great. It's been great. A year on, it's been great. But in other matters, I'm sure there are other developing matters.
Before we move to other matters, I think it's important to say and to remind all appointees that the good memories, and I see that some of them have posted a lot on social media.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are sharing clips, others are, reposting comments and statements and presses and all of those things. As they do that, they should be reminded that there's a lot of responsibility on them. The anger that we saw from some of the voters, the reason for which the NPP lost by such an embarrassing margin, I beg your pardon, should be a caution and a guiding principle based on which they relate to and with the electorate and discharge their duties in the respective offices that they find themselves. That Helen will say the Ghanaian voter, his eye is now wide open.
That's right.
You cannot take us for granted anymore. And that it is not, sadly for us, social media is such that you don't wait for the traditional media to break the news. A lot of the times the news is broken on social media.
That's right.
And social media really doesn't even care about checks and balances. Somebody with 2 Ghana data, dare I say 2 Ghana data, the bundles that they do.
Yeah.
Some 8 megabyte data is the one who will bring you down with just one post on social media. So appointees must be guided. They must realize they are in the offices for some reason, and the disrespect, the disregard, the insults, the arrogance, the reckless display of opulence. Somebody said, some of you, we know you. We knew you were struggling to pay your rent.
That's right.
Now you are building mansions and riding the 2025 edition of luxury vehicles. Where is the money coming from? I think we should respect ourselves. Appointees should know that their responsibility, their duty is to the people of this country. And their conduct must not disappoint their appointor. And they must ensure that the good faith that Ghanaians placed in the NDC is not diminished in the next, should I say, 6 months. I think the honeymoon is over.
Yeah,
well,
honeymoon is over.
Well and truly.
From January, you see that people will become a
already
bit more...
the concerns are coming up.
Yeah,
the utility tariff that's gone up. Why are we paying 27% and we're giving 9% salary increment and all of that? So all of those are going to come up very strongly.
I like what Sixtus said. Last year was an indication that the Ghanaian electorate doesn't want to be taken for granted at all. It's very painful to be taken for granted, to be disregarded, for your opinion to not matter. And so I definitely join Sixtus's call for all appointees to reflect. Whilst you are posting your throwback, your victory throwbacks, look into the future, that you too could be on that side of the coin, facing the full wrath of the Ghanaian. Last year, Ghanaians let it be known exactly how they felt about how things were being managed as far as the economy was concerned, their well-being, and the verdict, let me tell you, no stone left unturned. There was no other way for you to interpret those results apart from the fact that the Ghanaian is awake.
Yes.
And the NDC government should definitely take note. But those of us who have no horse in the race, if it's your turn, it's your turn.
Because Ike Adankwa is no more.
She's no more. I don't have a new car.
Oh, you
I don't have a laptop.
You can join us in the CPP.
Electric shock.
Join us in the CPP.
EELL.
We are comatose, but we are still alive.
Oh, you know how I feel about your party. Come and give the young people some hope. The young people want to know. They want to know about the history. They want to know about the future of the party. You just left us in limbo. Are you going to provide an air force?
We hounded our general secretary out of office, and the inclusivity inclusiveness of the Mahama administration has benefited the CPP as well, because you see, she's been appointed as a presidential staffer, right?
Please, so she says she still wants to be, when she is introduced on platforms, as the former general secretary of the CPP.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying.
She has not abandoned
No,
her
she
roots.
hasn't.
No.
She hasn't. She's still with us. She's still with us in the CPP. So last, those of you who also, the appointees who harass us on the roads with the sirens, we beg you. We are in this together. Look, and some of them, they'll do the when. In fact, the annoying one was it Thursday? When was this?
Okay, what happened?
Only for us to see him buying coffee Brookman by the road.
Oh, you are joking.
Oh, I'm not.
You are joking.
No, I'm not. The DVLA road. That was where it happened. When overtook us, we all actually respectfully gave way. Then if you just around where the post office is, there's some coffee Brookman there. Some woman sells. Oh, I'm not kidding you. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. He was parked there, was buying coffee Brookman comfortably.
Ridiculous.
So please check your drivers. You may argue it is not you. Check your drivers. We are in this together. This is a socialist administration, right?
Allegedly.
Welcome back.
I was just going through some of the posts from Facebook.
From the party people.
Some of the dancing that has been recorded. Oh,
it's interesting. It's interesting. I see someone was saying they had snatched 15 seats from the NDC. People are asking him now how far, where are the seats and all of that. It's been, but
I've seen Dennis Miracle tagged maybe more than 10,000 times yesterday. Please allow him to sleep.
If I were him, I would probably be off.
He should be off.
As we talk the December elections and its aftermath a year on, it doesn't look like all is well within the West African sub-region. That attempted coup in Benin from yesterday, and what was a military intervention by Nigeria, actually. There were airstrikes by the Nigerian army in parts of Benin yesterday in helping to restore President Talon back into office, and we saw him speak again. What are we not doing right? Because in Ghana, we seem to be at least on the trajectory of power shifting hands and what have you. Today, the president is in Ivory Coast. Alassane Ouattara is being inaugurated again as president. We've had the Togo situation where there were concerns. There was attempt in Guinea-Bissau, and we've seen Benin as well. And we have the Sahel countries as well. It looks like Ghana, Nigeria are pretty much the only bright spots, and then Anturisa, maybe Nigeria, Liberia as well. Really bright spot in terms of power effectively being able to change hands like you'd want. For the Francophone countries, it's very, very difficult.
I mean, I always say, don't ever take it for granted the kind of peace or at least stability that you're enjoying in Ghana. I've recounted this story maybe 10 million times on air. I landed in the Gambia 2015, January, maybe 3 days after a coup attempt against then President Yahya Jammeh.
Yeah.
And you were in the Gambia?
I was in the Gambia, and that's when I saw that, hey, la la.
It's no joke.
Whoa, la la, la la la. Even speaking in the car, my friend's mother picked us from the airport. She rolled the window. She said, don't talk until we've reached the house. Military men everywhere. Everywhere. Every few meters, you were getting stopped. AK-47 here, there, everywhere. When I tell you the atmosphere was tense, you don't want to feel that. You don't want to be in the midst of that type of upheaval at all. And it's always very scary to know that we're in the part of the world where at any point in time you might say, oh, let me go and visit Benin. As I know, some people been caught up in the midst of that. Next thing you know, there is an attempted coup. You're afraid for your life. I don't know what it's going to take for us to have that stability that we need in this region, in the Sahel. I don't know whether it's a strengthening of
I mean, there's a lot that
as a
needs
unit.
to be done.
As a unit, how do we support each other in this West African region, in the Sahel? What is lacking?
This question you have just asked, it's poking a long-standing conversation that some of us have always been part of, and I think it's now even culminated in the campaign. I see my brother Hadi Yakubu has been on this borderless Africa campaign. It's a conversation we have always had, and we've always wondered why so many years after Kwame Nkrumah was ousted and he eventually died a miserable death, we are still unable as Africa to have a unified front, that for a common currency we are unable to institute. We are unable to have
how long we've been hearing about ECU for West Africa.
Exactly. Even for the West Africa level, we are unable to pilot. I think they attempted a pilot. I don't know what
it
happened.
hasn't even materialized. The pilot has not.
I think they attempted a pilot. So it's not. It's a long-standing conversation, but I think that the suspicions that were met with Nkrumah's propositions at the time, same suspicions are still lingering on, and people believe or suspect that if we allow this kind of unification, you would have President Mahama, for instance, being president of Africa, when Tinubu wants to be president of Africa. What is wrong with that? It's a political system.
Power sweeters too
much. Power, in fact, it's been the biggest problem of Africa. That is why CPP has broken as it is. You see that people are still fighting over who should be general secretary, who should be chairman. When in fact that is not what should interest you. We are so fixated on titles, power, influence,
and less about the development,
about the work. So if we had committed leaders, we should have a unified military front by now, which would deal with all of these things. We should have a unified, a common currency by now. I shouldn't be trading with a Nigerian in Nigeria and be thinking about converting my money to a Naira. Or a Nigerian is traveling to Ghana and is worried about converting his weak Naira into strong Ghana cedi. And worried about how much he would lose.
Look at all the noise we made about our Africa Free Continental Trade Area. Everybody wants to sell, nobody wants to buy,
which is where we are. And even those of us who are selling, we want to sell to China. We don't want to sell to Kenya. We don't want to buy from Kenya. We don't want to sell to Burkina or buy from Burkina. And that is the reason, you see, when Burkina and the other people, they said they won't be part of ECOWAS again. They were forming their own, the Sahel people.
Yeah.
Some of us didn't have a problem with it because we have spoken for too long and too much. It's all talk.
Right. We'll get into this again, I'm sure, when we get into the big conversations. But thank you guys for helping us through the review. Let me talk to you.
let me give you a few comments. It's something we used to do, but we have stopped. And our people, Facebook people, please check the YouTube as well.
Sure.
So Facebook, we have a Turkey Skyman, Airbender. It says last year by this time, Helen's face was looking like someone breaking her fast after 100 days dry fast. I didn't see it, but I wouldn't have read it. No, but it's true.
Mention the person's full name.
I have to talk to
Turkey Skyman, Airbender.
Skyman, you come and meet me.
Treasure Ellie. Yeah. Guys, Treasure Ellie, we will block you and remove you from our post. Nana Boachi says, be reminded, as of 5:58 p.m. at my polling station, the MPP polling agent was thrown out of joined during. Nana Boachi, please type again. We are tuned in big inside Kaswa. That's Ohima Maxist, Bra Kweku, Sparta. What happened to Johnny's bite? Johnny is on leave. Johnny is on leave. He will join us again, and your favorite bite will be back on. Neron says Nigeria was able to strike in Benin on the orders of France, but can't do same to the terrorist issue in their own country. Well, that's another issue that Neron is raising. Good morning, Council. Good listening to your team as always. Baumia must be commended for conceding. That was true statesmanship. However, it was a case of Sutra or
something like that.
A slap that's close to you, go for it sharply.
Don't waste time.
Don't wait.
Collect it.
The slap is closed. Just
don't waste anybody's time and collect it.
And for those of you on YouTube as well, thank you very much. I see you 64 Kafui and Dell code bite. You're also asking for the bite, and as Sixtus says, it will be coming your way. Johnny is well, for those of you who are also asking.
Let me talk to you about Rosebank International University, because it is a strong South African university and a brand of the Advitech Group, Africa's largest private education provider, with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana City and Guilds UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, DBE, MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT as PSC, Information Technology and Business Systems, and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial Opebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riec.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. Just a quick break, we'll return, and then we hear from you as well, our cherished listeners.
There's been long deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. There's been long deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. There's been long deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy.
Individual on the telephone lines, but do call us 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717, as well as 055-691-0154, 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Bata.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
Mr. Bata, I'm from Prakasa Kwame Aristocrat.
Prakasa, let's hear you quickly.
Okay, that's it. Na minchia, manager, manager. When I was saying when banning in the Accra Mayo, good board. Where you can say, about a Ghana fast, the last year, you call battle by this time, a real marjo. The regain machinations of MPVB when you are done. And so I Ghana for to buy massively. The man, my parents on the man in Mahama, and I think that within a year, no, every guy in the better dance there. For my new Muajo, is a pressure and then confound the how I now at the Babo na de Cosron, and the feed Ghana or Lanchi, even a no and so still a Ghanaian, but just that we traders, no, and now my way at the Bani being wired and I had, and the abortion the traders and so Boboa there in as much as Abino or tried to be an Bang Hino. Was also bottom wide and Wabonia. But one thing I have is that I'm paying for a year more or my paying that out for. You won't call for be or my way more. Better. We need to tell them in their face, say, young fan action and no memo. What the action, it's no memo. In fact, I'm woman on my point to Cosso. For the past 8 years, what's on my way? Don't have a pen and no casa. And the late Papa J. What time a good father I say on my to the sense last minute on my campaign and I had Batanazi. As all I say, Ghanaians should vote for Baumia. Knowing very well, say, I mean, one good father would name it. Meanwhile, Baumia was part of a good father's government. And I think Obaka say, in a good father, member Bukana, one has it.
Thank you very much, Prekasa, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Mawuena Sixtus.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well. Give us your name and where you're calling us from quickly.
Your friend is Brighton, Mikasa Friabusukan.
Brighton Abusukan, let's hear you. Yes, he's doing well. Sure, I will.
Honorable Courage, Makafi Neseku, and Honorable Alaji Yaokondo in charge of operation, and Honorable Pikati, and Honorable Alaji Rauf, and Yami Insha Papa and Anope. Yes, Excellency John Dramani Mahama Abasu Papa. And I'm saying, we share about 1 year near year 2 about Edimano, a man bear or Mampini or Mangana Mono. Yama be brain now, Timmy promises Ghana for share obesity Ayama Mono, or Gusu yet, and near Mammy now Pukajima Vice President. Oh my dear Papa, and now me no say, and maybe $1 17 cities, and Tisa and net, and maybe a petrol 1 liter 17 cities, and then above from petrol liter 12 cities. And she Ocean Yama Papa na Excellency John Dramani Mahama, any honorable at 240 finance minister, any honorable Sami Jemfimo, I to 2 Yama Ama, the DIA fine. Ocean and a great minister, honorable Eriko Poku, Ocean Yama, Omuchiche, Edima, for any idea.
Thank you, Bright, as well, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. I trust that you're doing well.
I'm doing well, Mr. Mawuena. My name is Ajanawan from Dublin.
Ajanawan, quickly, let's hear from you as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mawuena. Let me say good morning to Mr. Brown, CEO of Forestry Commission. He's trying to make sure they will correct the roads when it comes to our forestry and the Galamsey saga. Good morning, Mr. Brown, wherever you are. And morning, Brown. Mr. Mawuena, in fact, let us applaud our president and some of our appointees. It's too long. Indeed, yesterday is exactly 1 year when we sweep, we massacre, mantle, we demolish the MPP from power. Indeed, Ghanaians have spoken, but it's a lesson to NDC. It's a lesson to our appointees, to our executive that they should go down to the ground and listen to Ghanaians. It shouldn't be only NDC. If they didn't listen to Ghanaians and Ethiopia saga will eat them, then they should remember that we will come back with where we are from. Thank you.
Thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Eben,
it's good to have you call us. Talk to us quickly.
Hope you are doing well.
I am fantastic. I trust that you are too.
More than well. Thank my Heavenly Father for making it possible for me to be accounted among the living. Anyway, let me say good morning to the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Vice, and also the Chief of Staff for the human job. They rescue us from the bondage. A year by this time, I remember on the 7th yesterday, we were struggling at the police station to make sure Ghana was gaining second independence. And lo and behold, our Father in heaven grant us that desire. And now from the look of things we are seeing, although it is not all that better as we want, but compared to what was handed over to us, you can see that it's far better. As I earlier told you, I was buying a 5 kilo rice, 110 Ghana cedi. I don't want to mention the brand because if I mention I've advertised for them. I don't want to do that. They haven't paid you anything. You see, now if I go to the place I buy, it's now 80 Ghana cedi. Although I want it to come as 40 cedi, from the look of things, I can even manage that 40 cedi when I used to buy it worth 110 cedi. So we thank Abba Papa. This is what we want for. And the grassroots want to see more. Because when you go to the grassroots, we are promised by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that the pooling agent especially, and also the branch executive. As of now that I'm talking, Mawuena, most of the branch executives haven't seen anything. Meanwhile, January, we are starting reorganization to elect branch executives. That will make sure they also elect April, they will elect constituency executives. So we are pleading with they should remember the promise, especially John Dramani Mahama. You are doing well, but it will be sad that you are doing well when it comes to governance, but your grassroots will be suffering. So we are pleading with them. And as I'm concluding, my regards to Gais MC, Honorable Agbo, and my MP as well. And
thank you very much, Eben, as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lincoln, I hope you are doing well.
Yes.
Kindly speak up for me and let's hear from you as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I believe it's okay now.
It could be better if you could project a bit more, but let's hear from you.
Okay. Let me turn around. Is it okay, my brother?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's hear you quickly as well.
Thank you. And let me salute our farmers across the country. Salute that great minister, Honorable Kopoku, President Mahama, and MCs and DCs across the country, including our MPs. Let me also use the opportunity to tell President John Dramani Mahama that our farmers are facing land problem. Galamsey, the illegal mining, has destroyed most of their farmland. And we have to tackle them. We have to make sure we win the fight against Galamsey so that more people can involve themselves in farming. The youth are ready to farm. Our people are ready to farm. Yesterday, the information I've received from Amasia Central, Amasia West is that NIMOS has arrested more than 10 Chinese with equipment mining in the deep forest. And let me salute Keneboa and the CEO of Forestry Commission, Hughes Brown near Jumapa, almost for the good work they are doing with the Eastern Regional Minister, Honorable Akosia Awate, Professor Amma Blancruche, a lady who is also fighting, that I'm saying, in the bush. So I ask for their protection, including the Rasos Asari of Joy FM. The good job they are doing there, they need protection. Let's all of us involved in the fight against Galamsey. My brother, thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Name, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing well. Papa Bisu, it's good to have you call us as well. Share your thoughts with us.
My greeting to Helen, and then Sixtus to Ullo, and Johnny, wherever you are, special greetings to you. Then, may I thank Ghanaians for really voting NDC into power. And then thank His Excellency John Mahama, his wife, Nana Jinopoko Ajima, and the Chief of Staff for really holding forth. And then special ones to all the CEOs, the Minister of Finance, the BOG Governor, for really making sure the city is in order. But there's this question I just want to give out. Some have talked about the grassroots something. I'm dealing strictly with the farming side. Yes, the agri ministry can do everything. I see sabotage by the market queens. Always make the price of commodities in the market go high. So I will plead with the agri ministry to set up a parallel structure. First, we have this Food Distribution Corporation of old, where people go and purchase these yams, plantain, and things like that. Food distribution from the government. You understand me? We need to do something about it because the market women, seriously speaking, they are killing us. The seasonal, what do you call it, that way of farming should be a thing of the past. We should have all-round season where we can get plantain, yam at any very season because seasonal farming creates escalation of food prices in the market.
Right.
So we beg that Greek ministry, it should take note of that. With that, if that place is settled, to be frank with you, Ghanaians will be the happiest in this very world.
Thank you very much as well for calling, Papa Bisu. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I trust that you are well. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
Please, I'm calling Great Alai from Domiko Cottage.
Great Alai, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah. That's an Ajumapa, Moyabo Magana, Yamin Shram, and Shram. That ma Momayampa at the Daka Siama, Yakia or Maya, dear Papa, award no so more moments, or more deserve award. But you prefer more than the Omoya. Sure, so in terms of I buy where I buy you. About up the book at Madame Abuagana, especially at Donuqua, the constituency. the Osha ga MP Honorable Agbo, the hard-working MP name, Madam Elfin Akrogo, the MP. Omubo aduma papa eboa mata wahu yesre esansre Ghana fo noma na noma boa still da so omu increase no omu hwe yi o yesre omu enye omu kwa na fiscal ka wo say yesu increase de boa no ka na wo so koto bi so di noma no no so increase a na after to affecting it was say na young kwanya ya be faso e be ma normal born aba from ama Christmas that you did when the professional awoto.
Thank you very much, Great Ally. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I trust that you are well.
By the grace of God.
Fantastic.
And good today.
Fantastic.
And you and your colleague.
Oh, we are all doing well. We're all doing well.
Then let's give thanks to Almighty God for giving us this day. This is your brother. And I'm calling from Asuboy in the eastern region. Dedicating, I mean, incoming as a chairman, you were honorable Buachi Ejako. I mean, you were kind of a compare at Japan or my Ghana, maybe one and the Mauna, a same a hammer. Then there's a bit odier, or Sky and Fanua, a trahedia, in the woman who was in Kumasibre. Mauna, I say, I am a crescent inflation, you see, inflation, a coffin. I'm $1. 17 about 11 or 10 obia ebo abana baso na ma wona nsem bisa say o manya inflation akofam na dollar akofam na obia ehu atono no ma wona enei electricity bill yatum atu water bill mana ma wona o manya bibia ekoyie no yatu abaya adwuma efom akatuam a 9% a na government appointees no yatu wakatuam 67%. No ye kakotin say dey say adwuma no nti mo me ye na da ye ho do say ne bi ekoye no abani modmo so awo fam ekoye odi abaya adwuma fo nam so no enye kwa papa aban dey ekoye abaya adwuma fo nam so go say inflation akofam di a na enu kwan say o me say obatu latisi bem atu water bem a nei authority bay 100 series and you for only 1 week 900 is nasa and a month no oh ya for the system kwa by 400 Ghana cedis because o pay say water bay a mile na say o 2 egg focus on 9% no we paying fees o 2 market 67% ya seven about ASCA abaning abayajma for enemy and the booty is about say one sister akatom the omni to abaning concern because abaning chap and contomo from what you got the ashawano I know the end chances are Ghana yaminka.
Thank you very much Sanama Kwaswa for corner. Hello, good morning.
Mawuena Idia Bokodi.
Nyame adumo na woswe. Yeah, I was going to say that you have to reduce
Mawuena we were wada for Otilmen Kache. Mr. Nukre Asa.
Nukre Asa, it's good to have you call us again. Talk to us this morning as well.
Mami, for Kwenye Sumencha, Mr. Brown, Joe Ashaman. Mr. Brown, one no FRSC Commission, or Bojmapa, Joe Ashaman, Yamishaw, and Akuja to Punadmo coordinator, and I'm chairman to Sweetari. Mr. Brown, I want to be Bambo say, you have to do electricity bill, man. No, because IMF now, dear Koyana. A day agreement nominee IMF a year. Every 3 months, never see a two electricity bill, a two water bill, and you not a bambonia, it became mono. Or no necessary yet two ono, a yenti musono, and money at Wasso. It is a nice water bill, Munessa, oh, yeah, or be a no good for the appointees. Mawuena, so far so good. For the whole almost 1 year, the international market, Uncle Bowie, Uncle J. Bessia. For the past almost 1 year, you hear any scandal about women. It is so far so good. The better I'm a penny in Penny Fossi. General Papa, any chief of staff from Bojuma. Now, yourself, some of the MCs, DCs, leading them. A player of Faso, I'm a council to MCs, no. I'm the party executives, no. And Penny Fossi, now, why I'm going Faso, no. And yet,
thank you for calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
But Aziz in the Mekasafi Domi.
Aziz, let's hear you quickly. You're my last but one caller.
Thank you. That's in edge, Mapa. Mpacho, Mamincha TDC, Director Charisma Cafe, and a lawyer Zuma, Yamisha, Robert Domiko Bianuswa. My MCE, Honorable Agbo, Yami Enshra Papa, and Juma Odibua, Domiko Bian, Yamisha no Papa, so Yajuma. Whether me Pacho, Mitiso BC, ya 2 electricity light bill, no, ya 2. Me Pacho, Sule Yami Enshra say, Wabe yet in Chichirimu. Me Pacho, Shepe, former government na abetwem akona nhihye be no muhihye tu ho sa problem na ye face about the light in the water bill no a enye ho na muhihye tu ho eya na me timi dwum bibia na menti ase MPP no so mu ni power no mu fi say afi na adwene ye de aba but so mu power ahoma su no a u kase mu kora no mu ntie sa tam na ka mutimi ye ni ye na ka na ye nko ne hwe magma tichiri o man mu ko no masa tutokoro e da to e da magana ye kana mu ye mu se ba do gana ama mu do weke sa ama adjuma na John Rabane mama ye no ya be no ye ni kese.
Thank you very much, Aziz, as well. Final caller for the morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, it is Eminia.
We're doing well.
I trust that you're doing.
Join us, Shaiman. Let's hear you quickly as well.
National security, enemy Mr. Osman, Omuta IT man or Panta or Marco Juma, Intinosi Minchia man. Now, program near fine power. Now, Mwakunu, MPP for you see, Omunchia dear. Omuko opposition up to now, Omunchia dear. Into mobile radio number 2 to true. Eye Gugana, when in Ghana for the Omania Bill. The Omubakano, Omba, the son or Mama Umwa, Mamika Bibincho, Mu MPP for Yaba to about 2024. And I'm prime Huna Muko IMF, Namuko G loan, $3 billion. And I'm with the bar Ghana. And I'm moving church Kanu and Pasa. And I'm Muya, which says every 3 to 4 months, they are to a light bill. And in a Yama Biblemian to 2. And then a China and Jabana Mudia and Aswaba. And a year to the Mangana for Mama Gran and Itumi Yamre. And a wire to Kakanka Kadi Mayan. No more must say Chamusapa air. No more have a convict Ghana for a very inflation about for Cinema Pocosu. Now, Mr. Opa, MPP for now. Omun Ghana 4 years. Now, inflation from an Omudu to Yamamu. Ghana for it is inflation for.
Thank you, Joe, as well for calling. That's our final caller for the morning. And well, the calls are done, but I'll just say that everybody has a right to express opinions, and when someone does. When you come and you want to disagree, you can find a nice way to go about it. Billy Shen is here. Has the elephant begun to fall off the league log?
No. I mean, we are still top. Aston Villa is a good team, so if they defeat Arsenal, I don't think anybody would predict that Arsenal were going to win all their games to the end.
Absolutely.
So it's against a strong Aston Villa side, so it's understandable.
That's Mikel Arteta I'm hearing in you, by the way.
I'm learning from him.
Same explanation.
Yeah, I'm hearing from him.
But like I said, I will be here at the end. May God willing.
Be here.
Seated. Listening to you, and we'll see how all of that goes.
You listen to me describe how great the season was, how we won the league, how we won some cup trophies.
There's a saying that why argue with an Arsenal fan when you can just wait?
This thing will not happen this year,
right?
Yeah,
why argue when you could just wait?
This season will not happen.
So I have nothing to say, but I'll just wait. Billy Shen is here with the very latest from the world of sports.
Good morning and welcome to the sports segment here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Bill Ishen. Let's begin on the domestic front, where Midyama reclaimed their lead at the summit of the Ghana Premier League after defeating Brekum Chelsea at home, while Giants Asante Kotoko and Hearts of Oak returned home empty-handed after losing to Hoho United and Karela United respectively. Here is a roundup of the action from the various match venues compiled by my colleague Mutala Yakubu.
So match day 13 of the Ghana Premier League has come to a closure, and we wrap up our coverage here at the famous Hoho Sports Stadium. And guess what? Hoho United have defeated Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil. A very incredible win for Hoho United. William Odro scored a beautiful free kick in the 25th minute to give Hoho United the lead. And after the recess, Asante Kotoko came out the better of the two sides, creating chances falling to the likes of Hubert Jewu, Morfin Donzo, but Hoho United kept them out and ensured they win this game by a goal to nil. Famous win for them. For Asante Kotoko, they've now won 4 games without a win, 2 defeats and 2 draws. Not good enough, and Karim Zito has even apologized to their team in fans. But for Hoho United, this is a massive win, and their head coach Tijani says that some of the pressure has eased with this one. But there were other games that were played. Hearts of Oak traveled all the way to the Tamale Sports Stadium and lost to Karela by 2-0. We also know that Adriana drew goalless with Aseke Holy Stars, and Dreams FC, they got a 2-1 win over Bechem United. Karela also, as you know, as I mentioned, they defeated Hearts of Oak by 2-0. Midyama had to come from a goal down to win 2-1 against Brekum Chelsea, with Samatex beating Gold Stars by 2-0. Vision also drawing goalless with Young Apostles. And all these are in match day 30. You know that we started on Friday, where Sweden All Blacks also got a win over 11 Wonders, and Nations beat Hearts of Lions by 2-1. Mutala Yakubu for 3 Sports from the Hoho Sports Stadium.
That was a report by my colleague Mutala Yakubu. Now, following his defeat, coach of the Porcupine Warriors, Abdul Karim Zito Kabute, expressed his disappointment at the result and apologized profusely to the fans.
I'm disappointed in our first half performance. I wasn't happy at all. And they had a good free kick and it resulted into a goal. So there's nothing wrong about the free kick. But I think we didn't play well in the first half. To be honest with you, we were tactical indiscipline. Because when you look at our game all the time, we create chances, we don't score. So most of our training of late is about goal scoring. Then why didn't you score? Why do you wait till you've been scored before you try? So today I'm very, very disappointed, and I'm very sorry. I'll use this opportunity to apologize to my team supporters that we are sorry. We are sorry. And we'll make sure that we'll make the amendment.
That was the coach of Asante Kotoko, Abdul Karim Zito Kabute. Meanwhile, coach of Hoho United, Abdul Rahim Bashiru, was elated at the opportunity to pick up 3 points and explained that his team's hard work was crowned with victory.
We have to congratulate the boys. They did so well because all what I want to say is hard work works, because we really plan for this game, because we watched the game, the previous matches that they play on Friday and Saturday. So I told my boys we should go all out, because this is the only game that can let us survive or achieve our target, because next week we are going one of the difficult ground as well. So I think we did so well.
That was the coach of Hoho United, Abdul Rahim Bashiru. Moving on to the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup, where Ghana has been drawn in Group L alongside England, Panama and Croatia. Following the draw, Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante-Chum, has spoken on preparations towards the competition now that the group stage match schedule has been confirmed.
It's difficult to talk about a tournament that kicks off in 6 months. From now to 6 months is a long time. We just have to strategize well. We have to plan well. Straight away, the management team here will be working from tomorrow. Now we know we have an idea of where we'll be playing, so we have to start working on training pitches, hotels, facilities, and what have you, mobilizing the right resources to ensure that the team gets the right environment. One of the discussions we had in our first meeting here yesterday was also to look into how best we can put the team in a serene environment, free from distractions and what have you, because we know we have a huge community in America. So this is what we'll be doing from now until next year. That is on the administrative side. On the sporting side, we have to now start looking at getting the right opponents for the team. Now we know which teams will be playing, so we have to find the right opponent for the team. We have an opportunity to play in March, and then 2 weeks to the tournament. We may also have one last game to play before we play our first game on the 17th. So there is a lot to be done from now until June next year.
I think if you look across the group, some of the European teams are playing African teams. So, I mean, it will be prudent to try and target some of those friendlies. France, for instance, Netherlands, and a number of European countries would have African countries. Should we be expecting a high-profile European friendly? I think that would make sense.
I think, yes. I think we are likely to have a high-profile European friendly. Even before the draw, we had received some, requests from some of the big houses. Before we played South Korea in Japan, we had some European teams writing to us to check if indeed we will be in a good place to play them. So I think what we need to do now is to look at all the possibilities, weigh which one will be beneficial to us, and then we go in for it.
That was Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante Chum. Now, Ghana head coach Otto Addo believes the Black Stars can qualify for the next round of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, despite being drawn in what he describes as a tough group.
It's a tough group, but it's doable. There are worse groups, to be honest. I'm happy, especially for our fans on the east coast of the USA, that they will be able to see us. So for this, I'm very, very happy. And I think especially if we have a good start against Panama, from there we can continue to maybe from another perspective, or from England perspective, or Croatia perspective, they can do one or two surprises.
That was Otto Addo, the head coach of the Black Stars. And also, Asamoah Gyan, who is the former captain of the Black Stars, is optimistic that Ghana can qualify to the next round of the tournament despite being handed a tricky group.
Well, I think it's a very tricky group right now, and all the 4 teams wants to qualify, and definitely we are optimistic back home. Everybody back home wants Ghana to qualify, so we'll do our possible best to qualify to the next stage.
That was Asamoah Gyan, record goal scorer for the Black Stars. Meanwhile, Croatia head coach Zlatko Dalic has offered his thoughts after his side was drawn into Group L alongside Ghana in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He admitted the group presents challenges, but insisted Croatia are fully confident and focused ahead of the competition.
First World Cup, my World Cup, we played against Nigeria. Also in the World Cup, we won 2-0. Then Morocco did a fantastic job last World Cup. We played twice there against them. Not be easy for us, especially be very hot. Maybe it will be easy for African team if hot time. But nothing special. We have time to prepare our tactic ourselves for this game. Don't care too much about Ghana. I know my friend Asamoah Gyan. He played with me when I was in Alain. I know that will be very tough game. Special Ghana team is very strong, very fast. It cannot be easy for us. We must do everything checking this team.
That was Zlatko Dalic, the head coach of Croatia's national team. We'll be heading to Europe shortly, but before that, let's do some boxing, where in a move aimed at restructuring and elevating boxing standards in Ghana, Legacy Rise has put together a host of bouts scheduled to take place on the 20th of December 2025. The highly ranked Theophilus Alote is set to feature in one of the numerous bouts lined up. There's more in the following report.
All roads lead to the University of Ghana Stadium on December 20, where Legacy Rise have taken upon themselves the mandate to make the festive period a memorable one. In a broader goal of elevating boxing in Ghana, a host of bouts have been lined up with much of the attention centered on 23-year-old undefeated Ghanaian boxer Theophilus Alote. Since turning pro in 2024, Alote is yet to be defeated professionally, providing him with the much-needed confidence ahead of a super flyweight bout against Philippines' Raquel.
My opponent I'm going to fight, I know that's not an easy boxer. He's a very good boxer, and also a southpaw. It's very difficult to fight a southpaw boxer, so I'm very prepared. Having my coach by my side, Dr. Ferrer, so I'm feeling prepared. It's truly strong. I'm going to win 20th of December, definitely. This is not my first time going to fight a foreigner boxer. Like you can see, in amateur, I always say that God polished me in amateur to come and shine professional. Then that's what I've started now.
Alote's dedication, consistency, and unique work ethic are attributes his coach, Dr. Ofori Asare, believes will make him a world champion soon.
Yeah, we've been very consistent since he turned pro 2024, and we've been consistent up to date. If we break, Bennett is a break for rest, but always we bounce back competitively, working towards the world title, and that is how it has been, consistency from the beginning to the end.
Fans are set to enjoy the time of their lives when the heavyweights collide on December 20 at the University of Ghana Stadium.
That was a report by Andrews Sefabam for the bout to be live on both TV3 and Onia TV on December 20th. Moving on to the English Premier League, Emiliano Buendia shattered Arsenal's 18-match unbeaten run with a 95th minute strike that sealed Aston Villa's dramatic 2-1 win over the league leaders. Meanwhile, Manchester City's emphatic 3-0 victory over Sunderland places them just 2 points behind the Gunners. Liverpool failed to put Leeds aside and squandered a 2-goal lead despite scoring twice early in the second half, eventually settling for a 3-3 draw. At the Vitality, Chelsea's search for a first league win continues after a 0-0 draw at Bournemouth, leaving them winless in their last 3 league appearances. Now, after Liverpool, their talisman Mohamed Salah, who has been on the bench in their last 3 games, cast fresh doubts over his Liverpool future after delivering his most revealing comments yet about his situation at Anfield. Egyptian forward, long considered one of the greatest players in Liverpool's modern history, suggested that Sunday's game at Anfield could serve as a farewell before he departs for the Africa Cup of Nations.
The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing so far. I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want to be in the club. It's not acceptable for me, to be fair. Like, I don't know why that's happening always to me. Like, I don't get it. I don't think I'm the problem. I have done so much for this club. I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years, and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like the club is throwing me under the bus.
Mohamed Salah with an explosive interview after Liverpool drew 3-3 with Leeds United in the Premier League. Bringing an end to sports here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with more updates on the world of sports. Until then, have a great morning.
It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, to feel again. The music hits, waves crush, energy rises. You're surrounded by good people and golden light. This is your reset, your freedom, your joy. 3FM All White Party, the beach edition, where paradise meets the party. Labadi Beach Hotel, 28 December. Lock it up. It has been long. Deadlines, hustle, pressure. Now it's time to breathe, to dance, feel again. The music hits,